Welcome to the Midwest Mogul Show, where we talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Let's dive into today's episode and make business enjoyable again. Welcome back to the Midwest Mogul Show. It's Carter here. We got Heavy D, we got Jay Dizzle, and we got Joey. So we got the crew back in this with Derek and the microphone. So we're on a good start. But what are you guys up to? What's the week having in store?
Back in the studio for the first time ever.
Yeah, I'm back in the studio for the second time today.
Yeah.
So is Joe.
Yeah.
So I'm back in the studio.
No, it's
You
good.
guys are here for the first time.
I like
ever.
it. It's so. This is a high class production in here.
I know.
It is.
As long as
Got sound dampening on the walls and
Yeah.
everything.
the audience doesn't pay too close attention to the
paint
detail.
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry, Brennan.
Hey, the paint job. I actually tried touching it up. It doesn't. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
well,
no,
that's
it looks pretty good to me.
All right.
the
Back
camera.
to
The
got Ray
cameras aren't
Charles
catching
here
it.
on.
Everything's
Anyway,
bad.
so back at it.
yeah, back at it.
But what are you guys up to? What's new?
What is it? You know, just actually no, it's more of the same stuff. Just dealing with tenants and running around and.
Remodels. You were telling us pre-recording. Storage units is your new thing.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's best thing ever. I actually love when people move out and then they don't tell you for like 5 days over a holiday weekend, and then you come back and someone's in the unit. That's awesome.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Like squatters.
Squatters. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
So do you guys
Shit.
on that? Do you have to go up there every single time to lock up the units when someone moves out?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. And like most of the problems comes from like the previous owner because they didn't have any security deposit. So they're not going to give you notice because
Yeah.
what are they going to do?
They're
Use
just leaving.
$0. Yeah. So we've had a couple that have turned that we put in, and yeah, notice, cleaned out, no problem. But
Are you guys actually hitting the rents that you thought you would?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's not bad.
Yeah, we just go in waves though. Like we'll be full, and then 3 people.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, 3-4 people will be like, oh yeah, I moved my stuff out. Or like one guy who I was chasing for late payment. He's like, oh yeah, I moved out last month. I'm like, well, the lock is on your unit. Like,
He didn't even care.
go over there. Yeah, all of his stuff was in there yet. I'm like, yeah, so
Jesus.
money, please. But
And
made sense why his other business closed. Don't
Yeah.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
Derek's doing a CCAP search for every single person.
Yeah.
But no, that's interesting. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. So with the storage units, how did you get the role of management? Like, why isn't Josh doing it?
Well, in my mind, I was like, well, I'm in Appleton,
Yeah.
right? So Josh going out of Oshkosh, and it was like, oh, well, it just makes more sense for just one person to kind of, then
Yeah.
there's not the process of that. I regret that. I state my regret, but I mean, it's really not that bad. It's just like, it's the little things. And it's like, it's over $75 to $100 worth of rent, of chasing people. And instead of, like I said before, instead of, $1,200
Correct.
or $1,000, whatever. So it's like, if they move out and they don't pay or whatever, it's like the amount for collections or, going to like a small claims. It's like, it's not even worth the,
No.
oh, I can maybe come out with $25. Like, yeah, not
Yeah.
going to happen. So,
The hassle.
but, I mean, again, it's in the grand scheme of things, if those are the problems, that's pretty good. But still, it's just like some of these people you deal with are just,
Losers.
they are,
Yeah.
They're
Can you swear on this?
Yeah.
They are fucking idiots. I mean,
I
have
know.
you ever- again, you have to look at what the average IQ is. Half of the people are dumber than that.
Yep.
And then you go, okay, well, this makes sense.
That's the joy. That's what, like with storage units specifically, like it's, I don't know, like maybe you'll get some decent tenants, but chances are you probably won't. And like I found at least, and I don't know if you guys see this, when you're renting them online or you have the online platform that people can reserve their units right away. Like those are the people, they pay the leasing fee, they pay the security deposit, and then they just quit paying their rent, at least from what I've seen. And then they're like, oh shit, my credit card bounced, and this has happened at several times for us. And it's just a pain in the ass. And then you're just chasing people for $75 a month. And I don't know. I would gladly hand off that responsibility to anyone who wants it, but
I think Derek might be interested in picking up some more storage.
Managing?
responsibility. Yeah,
No.
he loves it.
Yeah.
No, no, but
Not at all.
Well, that's the thing. Like we have a couple of like flex spaces there.
Yep.
Stuff's in on time.
What do you mean flex space? Just for
So
clarity.
like we have it's like a concrete pumping company that'll store their vehicles in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of nice.
Yeah, so it's like 4,800 square feet.
concrete pumping?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
What is that?
well, it's where you pump.
No.
concrete.
No,
but
like
it
a
like a
big
cement
lifter or
yeah,
something?
so they're
Okay.
the big lift
Yeah.
trucks
Okay.
and
Huge.
Just so I,
huge truck.
yeah.
expensive pieces of equipment there. Yeah, they have no problem
Yep.
getting their stuff in. You know, it's like about $750 a square foot.
Okay.
You know, for the year on that stuff, and then the same with like the stuff in the front. It's like a hydraulic hose fitting company. They're owned by a huge like multi-billion-dollar corporation. Yeah, like the 29th of every month, boom, wired in.
That's
No
sweet.
problems. We
That's
have
awesome.
we have a cell tower on site. We just got like the annual payment, like $3,600. Just boom,
Damn.
there you go.
Yeah.
So
Just sitting
like
there.
that stuff is sweet. And like when we have business, like there's a guy, a few people that have stuff that's you know a storage unit for their business or
Yep.
whatever it might be. You know, they're not like you know doing auto work on cars and stuff there, but you know operating in some capacity for their business, they pay on time. There's not an
Yeah.
issue apart from you know, they can park outside with a trailer and they were a little bit wide on it. You talk to it, you figure it out, whatever, but you don't have to chase them down. So like that's sweet. But even something that we were doing because we got a couple of units open, you know, 10 by 25s. So we're like, oh, if you prepay for 6 months, I'll do it at this rate, saves you like $20 a
Yep.
month. And it's perfect because it'll last through, I think what now would go up until the end of April.
Yep.
So for winter storage and stuff. And then at that point, it would roll month to month at what the full rate is.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because most people are, you know, you're going to have that moved out anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather collect my money and then not have to deal with it for it. But, you know, I mean, again, like when we did rent increases after we took it over, we waited like, what, probably 5-6 months,
Yep.
I think. And one guy calls me just wholesale. Yeah, I got this letter in the mail, and I got a couple of questions. Okay, yeah, what can I help you with? Yeah, well, first and foremost, where the fuck do you get off raising my rent 30%? This is bullshit. I've been here for 14 years and it never got raised. Well, now keep in mind his rent got raised $15.
Oh my
He was paying like $45 for like a 15 by 15 unit.
Holy shit.
I'm like, so he's going on this rant, and I'm like, okay, why don't you start over on that? Because I don't know who you think you're talking to, but that's not how it's gonna fly. I'm the guy who can tell you to get your stuff
Yeah.
out. Like, oh well, I'm just worked up. I'm like,
Backpedaling.
okay,
Yeah.
so what unit are you in? And figure
Yeah.
out. Okay, and how much did your rent go up? Well, I was $15 damn.
Oh my gosh.
In 15 years, you average a $1 rent increase each year. Like, I think we can manage that, figured it out, and whatever, you know. But it's like
Yeah.
anytime you raise prices on something, someone's
it's-
going to go, you know,
Every single time.
some of those rents were 50% of what the market was. Like, it's going to happen and, you know, whatever. But that's just dealing with people. I mean, you're going to have it in any business, but it's like the little things that just make you want to beat
it
your head against
Drives
the
me
wall.
insane.
But
And then it's like we had a tenant who their card deck got declined because it was just it expired or fraud or something like that on the card. So then they got charged a late fee because it didn't process. And then they called and they're like, oh, it's whatever. Why do I need to pay a late fee? And I'm like, because it's rent is due from the 1st to the 5th. It's late on the 6th. Your rent was paid on like the 8th of the month. And then they go back and forth and I'm like, holy shit. I said, I'll void this one, but if it happens again, then it's just not going to happen. So it was just a back and forth, and that's the small miscellaneous shit like that over and over and over again is beyond frustrating. I think anyone how do people with thousands of storage units do it? Just someone in the office who does that every single day?
It's got to be.
it's either that or a lot of drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Could be the
One of the two.
latter.
I'd rather just hire someone. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, we got one that they were locked out and, oh, well, I was going to sell a washer and dryer that's in the unit to pay for it. Can you just open it? Can we just have
Oh,
it
yeah,
open
there's
for
no
whatever?
way.
And I'm like, no. Once the lock's on, it doesn't come off until you can't.
Yeah.
You can't give anything. Like the most I'll do is like that with a
Yeah.
late, if there was a late fee or if someone communicates, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
can I pay on, whatever this day is? Yes, but if it's not in on that day, then you're going to have the late fee
Yep.
immediately. You
That's
know?
where
But
I don't know.
I
Would you
mean-
buy more storage units after having this experience if you had to manage them?
yes and no. I think it would depend on the type of units. So like we have some that are 12 by 35, 40,
Yeah,
50.
yeah.
I think those, yes.
Not the 10 by 24s.
Probably not. I think just the bigger spaces. I think you tend to get a little bit better quality
Yep.
on them, except for one who we inherited. But that's all right.
Hopefully they don't see this.
If he sees it, pay your rent.
I hope he sees it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That's squirrel.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so I mean, I would, but yeah, it's got to depend on what it is. That's why even we were kind of talking about it, of like looking at stuff that's more industrial
Yeah.
or triple net. Like hey, let's find something, build up the money, put it into that where it's even if we're managing it,
Yeah.
the amount of management that you do on triple
it's-
net,
yeah,
industrial, whatever, it is.
Significantly less.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that versus, some of the smaller projects. And again, it all depends. Like you get a good deal, a good price on something, but it's, hey, can we factor in for management
Yeah.
in it? If
Yeah.
we can't, we can't self-manage. We're going to hate everything about
Correct.
the business.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to be able to reap the benefits because I'm done with it.
How'd that conversion go on the 4-unit to the condos? Did you guys sell those off?
Yeah.
All of
Sold
them?
them off. Yep. Package deal on 3 of them.
No shit.
One buyer. Yeah.
Holy crap. Good for you guys. That's awesome.
It's good.
How'd you
That's
find
freaking
that buyer?
nuts. Yeah, no shit. What was the story on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Or
were sitting.
you have to sign an NDA?
Nah. Well, I did, but it expired now. So we had 2 of the 4 units completely redone, like
Yep.
all the way redone, like new. It was completely like
Yeah.
top tier flip. And then the 2 in the middle, we kind of ran short on time, so we said we'll just do a mid tier on those.
Yeah.
So we sold the first one, and then the other 3 were all on the market at the same time. And they kind
Yep.
of sat, and we were sitting thinking. So then we were sitting there one day, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to wait for these things
Yeah.
to sell. Let's freaking go blast out basically to every realtor in the market.
Yeah.
We just said, put together a 1-pager, and we're going to shoot it out to
I think there's a
1,000
notice on
agents.
the MLS now that says no
Yeah,
spam
no
emails.
spamming emails. I don't know.
I've done that.
I've never heard anything like that before. This
Yeah.
It's the first time I'm hearing about that, actually.
Yeah. So we had a buyer that had a 1031 from like Kansas or something or
Oh, no
Texas, and they went and bought the other 3
Dang.
cash.
Shoot.
And now,
Decent
technically
price.
what we did was
It was all right.
we had someone else that looked at any agents that had sold an investment property in like
Yeah.
the last year and then just reach out to them because the problem was the 3 units were all listed as individual condos because
Yep.
we split them. So it didn't come up as multifamily or anything because, well, I mean, technically it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was a good way to kind of go about that. But I mean,
You think they're going to try to buy that 4th unit at some point?
I was thinking about that
yeah,
today,
that's
actually. I'm sure they will.
Like that would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Then it's just you own the whole building. So
yeah. And I mean, like we put it in the condo docs and stuff that they can be rented.
yeah.
So we set it up so people can do whatever they want with it. And then 2, so like Appleton, I guess they're working on stuff for changing what the minimum lot sizes can be because this wouldn't have split or this wouldn't have worked for like a 0 lot
Yeah. Yeah.
because each one was just going to be too small for the size. So they're working on changing that so that is more achievable for
Yeah.
stuff. Just to it's just clean and easy.
Exactly.
Which is kind of nice because the person that I spoke with at the city, they were super helpful about that stuff because they've gotten it.
Right.
They're trying to come up with ways to have more density or have more options for people to own instead of
Yeah.
have to rent.
So, like to get the condo docs and everything like that set up, how much was that super expensive to do that or not overly
I would say
expensive?
it
$1,000
was
bucks?
The whole thing was
Probably-
probably $5,000.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, surveys.
Damn, that's
Yeah, a little
that's
bit more
expensive.
than I was expecting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe 1,000 or 1,500. What was the? Well, did you have to survey it
Yeah.
and then have an attorney draft up everything?
Yep.
And then did you have to present it to the city, or what
So
is that process?
Our attorney. So on condos, at least in Allegheny County, it's just handled by the county.
Okay.
You don't need approval by the municipality.
Yep.
It's all condo or all through the county. So you just have to go. You have to submit stuff, and they had a couple of revisions that they needed with it, which I think kind of added some of that cost because we just had our attorney go and they took care of all of it. We didn't have to. After I knew what we had to do, we didn't have to talk to the county at all for stuff with it. But yeah, the survey. I mean, the survey was like 2,500, $3,000.
Surveys
somewhere
are
in there.
super fucking expensive.
And then we had a little bit of extra on the legal stuff with it, just making sure that stuff was done right. But it really wasn't bad. But we made a mistake that cost us time, and for some dumb reason,
Tell us more, Derek.
some dumb reason,
You signed the NDA, so
we didn't get that survey going right away. It was like we were just kind of working
you
on
were
some other
just-
stuff because all the units were occupied.
Damn.
And then we had some notice for March 1st for a couple of them. And then and it's like we waited until then to kind of start it. And I'm like, I don't know why, because they didn't need to go inside. They did, which it doesn't matter. Like we just give notice.
Yeah,
and go
exactly.
in. So that kind of pushed us back because that delayed on the back end for selling it. It wouldn't have changed it, in terms of getting the reno done, but so that it's all part of like the stuff that you go through and you don't realize until you actually do it and you go, that cost us a little bit and that cost us a little
And there's
bit.
so many things, and it adds up. Like over the course of a job and over the course of several months or years, it's like, holy shit. Even in your personal house, it's like, did you hit every single time? Are you guys in there yet or no?
yeah.
Oh man,
I got a story. Yeah.
gosh, fucking comedian. Oh, I could go off on that for a while, but I won't. But yeah, it's like saying, we had like this crown molding going up to the
At your house?
for like going up for
Not the flip.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was
so
like,
for where the
clarify.
soffit
Yeah.
would be for the soffit and fascia. It's like, not even mentioning that that's going to come off and it's going to go flush. So then there was more of an overhang. It's like all that stuff that you don't. Why would I even think about that until it cost me an extra $2,000?
You get gold-plated hardware, red carpets.
Yeah,
that
the
roll
fireplace
on the way.
fall on the neighbor's
Yeah.
vehicle.
That was before we bought it.
Yeah.
Did they ever finish or figure something out with the insurance claim on that, or?
Yeah, so the neighbor got paid out for that, and then I think this.
Give a little context to everyone who's listening right now
Yeah.
or
Tell
watching.
that story.
Yeah.
So, bought this house, and while we were it was a fixer-upper, so heavy fixer-upper. Put it this
For
way,
heavy D.
It still is a fixer.
Oh yeah,
right
Yeah.
now.
we're it's like $100,000 project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can imagine.
blow my brains out.
Remember when he said, I think that
85?
could be about 85.
Yeah, I remember when he said
and,
that.
and what was over was
Everything?
no, it was the
Yeah.
exterior. I was just way off on the exterior based off of because I priced like
Well, that's-
what we had on
Yeah.
Harding for we had a flip last year, and I added like an extra 50%
Okay.
above it because I kind of figured out what the pricing per square was for whatever. Added 50% and then put it to that house, and I was still about $13,000 light.
Oh,
I just
damn.
got absolutely just
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Yeah.
That's a big
and that's where it was. That
Did you
and-
upgrade material at all? Like, did you use like nicer shingles, nicer siding, nicer windows, or was it all the same, like standard stock material?
Yeah, I mean, I would say just the standard mid grade.
Okay.
Not the cheapest, but kind of went a mid grade level. But then all of our joists in the back half of the house were undersized, so we had $5,000 of doing that because they were 2x6s spanning like 15 feet.
Dang.
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
a
You
dog
gotta- you
running
gotta-
upstairs.
you
I think
got a
it's
zoo
the
up
little
there.
fox. running
Got an
around here.
elephant.
I know we got an elephant upstairs. it's not the dog either; it's the tenants.
Yeah.
But yeah,
kidding.
so going.
Oh my gosh.
Going back to the chimney.
Yeah.
So-
So you didn't even start the story yet.
Yeah.
Long-winded, folks.
Well, yeah. Hey, This is going to be the one and only time I'm here because we're going to be here until about 8 o'clock. So back in 1976, it all started. No, so bought this house. We're under contract for it, and I knew that this chimney on the outside was. I mean, calling it a chimney is pretty generous. It was like a vent for like a wood burning fireplace, and it's like they put non-treated or untreated wood around it and just let it rot for 25 years. So it's like gradually falling away from the house. And like, okay, whatever. Like we're gonna take it down, and we were gonna take care of everything with it. But okay, yeah, it's ugly. I wanted an ugly
Chimney?
house that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I hate? I hate fucking chimneys. I hope this thing's gonna fall down. And a week before closing, we're up in Door County, just our families kind of get together, whatever. I get this call and I'm like, oh, jeez, what's going on now? Oh, yeah, the chimney fell onto the neighbor's car. I said, well, this sounds like not my problem. I laughed a little bit and went, that sucks for that neighbor. But yeah, so I have pictures. I'll send them to you.
Yeah,
Maybe
you should.
cut them
Yeah,
in.
I will.
Cut them in.
I
They're
definitely
great.
Cut it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it barely caught the back of the neighbor's car though. So it took off like it was like an old, what would it be? Not the Ford Flex, Freestar, even uglier. The
I don't even know what that is.
No.
I think that's what it is. It was old. Like their old SUV before, like the Edge came. It was basically that level.
So Katie and I were on a walk one day by our house, and the neighbor, they're coming around on like Menominee Drive or whatever, and we're walking the fucking top of the pine tree. Like, when people cut off the top, it's like a flat top. So the top falls off right through the fucking windshield of the owner's house. And I'm like, oh, God, that's a bad day. It's just like sticking straight up right through their windshield. I'm like, shit, that is no fun.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yep.
It happens.
And then I think the sellers were trying to say to their insurance company that they still live there, and I believe they can't get insurance because they're under investigation for attempted insurance fraud.
Oh, really?
Seriously.
Dang.
So don't.
Were
do
they
that.
buying a new house or were they renting? Okay.
No, they don't deserve to own a house.
Yeah.
They
That happens.
They did not take care of that place. Hell with them.
Well, could say that about a lot of people.
Yeah.
Some people don't deserve a
Yeah.
house.
Clip
That's
it.
terrible.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
Blast that. I mean, if you're not going to take reasonable care of a place, there's a difference between something happened in life and now I can't and whatever. Like, still, you hope that there's some resolution for it. But the people that just truly don't care,
Oh, they destroy
They just
things.
put layers of green board drywall on top of the rotted drywall from the shower leaking.
This is waterproof now.
Yeah, but it is green
It's
board.
just
Yeah.
just kept going out. There were 3 layers of rotted out drywall.
That's terrible.
That's
I
insane.
mean, you kind of see that and you're just like, yeah, well, kind of laugh, but but yeah.
Damn. What about you, Josh? I saw you bought some apartment units.
Yeah, bought some apartments.
Tell us more.
And you
Yeah,
wonder,
what the-
you wonder why
that-
it's just me talking.
Yeah, Derek's
Yep.
going to get invited back. Josh
Yep,
is
I
going to
bought
be
those. Yep.
So
get up on that
I
thing.
think I'm retired from buying apartments for a while.
Why is that?
It's too much.
Is it?
It's funny. We were talking the other day. So we're sitting like in the office, we talk shop, bullshit, whatever. And I'm like, so if I put my money in the stock market, I can get 8% on my money and do nothing. Would I do that over owning a building and picking up basically a job every single time you buy a property? You're picking up a job.
Yeah.
You're picking up new tenant bullshit. Like, of course, you're probably earning way better than 8%, right? I mean, if you're even talking about reduction of
Yeah, annualized. Like
annualized,
over
right?
the
You're
course
doing
of
pretty damn
ownership.
well.
Yeah.
tax benefits, all that stuff. But yeah, bought some apartments and makes me realize that I don't want to keep
Buying
buying
apartments?
as much.
Yeah.
I maybe do 1 or 2 a year, but not do
How many have you bought? How many units have you bought this year?
this year. Well, we sold some off, but so far it's probably about 20, 22.
Damn.
Pretty close.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that is.
And then remodels that come with them, right?
Yeah.
Or
Most of the apartments have been pretty good lately.
you haven't had to turn too many?
No, I'm doing common area carpets right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll out red carpets. Told them it's a new wave, baby.
Yeah. Rent prices
Rent's
are going
going
through
up
the
I was gonna say,
Rent prices going through the
Don't worry,
roof.
that ain't gonna follow too
15%,
far.
here it comes.
That's exactly. You're gonna get People calling you, complaining.
Yeah.
No, are you managing them or are you?
Partially, yeah. Delegating more of the management.
Okay.
now, which is good.
Yeah, that's otherwise it's a little overwhelming.
Dude, I went over and took the coins out of the machine for the first time.
Oh, it's insane.
That was the most badass fucking
Yeah.
feeling of being a landlord I've ever had.
Just
Serious.
like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I got these little like fucking.
How much
Yeah,
is it? Like 300 and some bucks in there, or how much?
I don't know.
If you cash it in.
Oh
once.
yeah, sorry.
undisclosed
IRS is
Tax
probably watching.
purposes, there was
Hey, they
about
just hired-
$6 flat in there
Yeah.
all year. Tons
I
of
think I
bitches
lost
keep
the
stealing.
coins.
Yeah.
I don't know where they went.
Josh took it to the coin pusher
Yeah,
across
exactly.
the street.
Just
That's all. Yeah, I'm throwing it in the wishing well.
Yeah.
You know what you
That's
should
so
do?
funny.
Pull tab investing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Now that's
Good.
a good investment.
I don't know about that.
Not
I would put it in a slot machine before I did pull tabs.
Roulette.
Blackjack.
Do you guys
Okay.
play? You guys go to
I would like to play
Vegas?
I like blackjack.
I've never been to Vegas.
I've been.
Ever.
Yeah.
You ever shoot craps?
No
You ever
I
get
didn't
craps?
come out winning, but
crabs.
I think I broke even.
Not that I'm aware
I
of.
like. I played. It was for my bachelor party. Did you jump in on that the first night?
Yeah, jumped in.
Oh, I was watching you guys. Yeah, I'm like,
That's right.
That's
I
like
know
World
I was-
Series
that was
poker.
the first
put on TV.
NBA game canceled,
But it's-
with all the
yeah,
illness.
that was insane because I never even watched people play craps before that. And then like you guys were making bank, or someone, one of your friends was, and then
I think
thought you
put
lost
in,
your
like-
ass,
No, I put
but-
in like $50, and then I think I came out like up over 300
Yeah.
that first night. And then Chris and Tyler, they must have been up thousands.
oh,
between
they
them.
were
Oh my
they were
gosh.
freaking
Oh, yeah.
rolling in it.
Oh yeah, it was a hot table, and then we
That
went
was
back
insane.
the second night like a bunch of suckers.
Oh,
well,
and
there
then
was
just-
nothing else to
yeah.
do because everything
It-
was getting shut down.
That was insane. That was like the first weekend. Everything was shut down.
Yeah.
You
do you
remember
know
the
that
guy
story?
that looked like what was it, Flint Flossie or whatever? You ever? Oh my gosh, I gotta show you.
Flint, Michigan.
No.
I don't even know
It's like
who
this
Flint
YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
Hey,
up
Carter.
Flint Fosse.
Do
Yeah,
you,
go
do you
for
mind
it.
telling Joe a little backstory on this?
On what?
On this whole experience.
Yeah, because I've never heard this story. I didn't even know.
Oh, and
I-
for Derek's, it was Derek's bachelor party, wasn't it?
So we were in Milwaukee for Derek's bachelor party, and we were gonna go to a Bucks game and go to some breweries and do some stuff. Hit the titty bar.
Just throw that one in.
We did not do that. I don't know what you did.
We
like,
were, but then they closed down.
Yeah.
that was
That was Derek's idea too.
yeah, that was Derek's idea.
Yeah, that was
completely
exactly me.
Megan. If you're listening,
That's a first thing I said. You know what? Drop them out, ladies. Let's go there.
Drop them out. Okay.
yeah. So we're in Milwaukee. We're gonna go to a Bucks game.
This was April of 2020.
April of 2020.
Oh, okay.
So right before this time, we're watching the news, and you see in
Great
China,
Barrier.
people
Yeah.
are fucking falling over, dying in the
China.
streets. China. so we go on the trip, and we're like, okay, well, hopefully it hangs out.
Yeah.
We'll be fine, right? First night we get there at the Airbnb, we're sitting, drinking beer, shooting the shit, whatever, right? We get there, and we turn on the news, and every single place that we were going gets canceled.
All the breweries.
All the
Yeah.
breweries.
That was insane.
Breweries,
Bucks
the Bucks
Lakefront.
game.
Yep.
We were like,
That was
Stone's
fucking
throw
nuts.
fu-
I don't
it was
even
a
think I
great
got my
spot.
refund from the Bucks game.
No,
I don't think I ever
serious?
did. I
Now that you say that,
Giannis,
So you guys
if you're
didn't go?
watching this,
Yeah.
you know what?
you owe me like
They may or
I
may
don't know,
not owe
80
us.
bucks.
interest
Like
plus
I don't know if
interest.
it was
$70
Yeah.
for the nosebleed seats.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
dude, we're down there, and shit gets crazy. Like, we can't go anywhere. Now we're in the Airbnb. We're playing like UFC, the video
Yep.
game, because we're sitting bored.
Create a fighter, fighter. The Wuhan
So this all
coronavirus
happened
who
when
beat the shit out of every other fighter. It was great.
So we're there, and then we're like, okay, so what do we do? We're in Milwaukee. Every bar is closing down shit.
Yeah.
The one place that didn't close,
Pato.
Pato.
Nice.
So we pull up to the casino looking like the boys from fucking Hangover.
That's hilarious.
You got
I was
Alan right
Alan.
next
Alan.
to us.
Yeah.
And his satchel on and everything.
Dude, I have a fucking funny story from that trip. So we're at the casino playing craps for a few hours, right? Like, these guys are doing pretty well. Carter and I were kind of watching.
Yeah,
like,
it's,
we got
I had
involved,
no
like-
idea how to play.
Really?
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
I still don't know how to play
I didn't
craps.
either.
I
was
don't know.
just
But your
like-
buddies did.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, I didn't
That's-
even, after watching for probably 2 hours, I couldn't tell you how to play.
I know. You
I know
just
sevens are
usually
good.
Stay
Yeah.
on like one, I don't know, one line or some, I don't know how it all works, but
Yeah, it's not that. No,
But
but I
on
was
black. That's all I know.
Shit.
I was shooting.
Joe,
I
that's
think
roulette.
I think I rolled for like
Roulette blackjack.
10 or 12 rolls in a row, so I was making
Yeah.
money for people. And the one guy like threw like a 25 or a 50 chip
And
over
they're
after
like-
I was done.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
There was one guy who
Banger. Come on.
who he had his mask
all they
on
wear.
and his gloves, and he'd take it down, kiss the dice, and then there's one guy that he'd hold it between here, and somehow he'd be snapping and doing all this stuff just to roll
it's
the
so
worst
insane.
throw ever.
Oh my god.
That was intense.
It was.
That was,
Oh yeah, those boys were
Yeah.
degenerates.
well, I don't
was
know about
hype,
that. They were
dude.
making money.
Yeah.
That one wasn't,
Jeez.
but yeah, that was really fun.
That was a
It was
blast.
a good
Yeah.
time. I got to slap the shit out of Josh.
Did
Yeah,
you?
remember that? You got
Yeah.
a video of that.
Yeah, because I think it was you two.
I don't.
We bet on like beer pong or something,
Yeah.
and you beat me.
And then
I don't even remember.
Oh, and Chris and Tyler got there first and iced the place out.
Yeah, for some reason my memory's not very good.
That
Must have been that.
It must have been a good
They
Coronavirus.
after
duct taped,
party.
they duct taped the old Smirnoff ice under the lid of the toilet
Oh,
seat. The
Jesus.
first person that had
That's
to go
smart.
crack a piss. Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
That's
That's really
awesome.
Or the
smart.
one that Casey got hit on because they put an alarm clock under the couch for like 2:31 in the afternoon for Saturday. And
Jesus.
Casey's like, "What the fuck is making this noise?" Pulls the couch. Oh, damn it!
It's ice.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that place that his brother bought on Eastman sold again. That condo.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that recently sold.
dude, they taxed it up too.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever, dude? Do you guys
Fond
ever
du Lac
see?
is terrible.
It's fucking crazy. Do you guys see like you ever sell a place and then you look back on the notes that it's for sale again and you're like, dude, what the fuck? It's like the percentage difference that it's higher than what you sold it
Oh,
for.
yeah, yeah.
Like what
Yep.
you're like, oh, dude, I should have hung on to that place.
Jefferson
Yeah.
will still be $110.
No, that place.
568
is-
Jefferson Street.
Hey, they're putting in a new development over there. They got TIF money.
Did they?
Yep.
By Burger King?
Yeah,
Damn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
because they're putting in like 50 some units. I thought or 40
Oh,
some.
they're gonna fill that up with a
But it's
group.
well, yeah, it's commercial, and then it's like 3 and 2 bedroom units.
Yeah.
Damn.
Interesting.
So
It's a bold move, Oshkosh. Let's see if it
bold
plays.
mood.
Yeah.
Bold
There's a-
move right by
There's
the
a lot of new
downtown.
construction going on right now.
Yeah, you see the new units off of 10. Those are actually
Dude,
pretty
yeah,
sick.
those are
fucking
sweet.
That's sweet.
They're
The
building
view.
that fast, dude.
See,
Oh, yeah.
It's right
senor.
by Riff Road.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
See,
Well, we were talking. Was it Merritt Middle School that
Merrill.
closed?
Merrill, yeah.
And then like the new one there.
Yeah.
Like you look at Merrill, I was talking about the architecture of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, this is cool. And then you go look at the square box that is.
the new one.
It's like-
did you see the new Webster or Menominee Middle School or
Yeah, that's-
elementary?
No.
that's over by my house because they tore down Webster Stanley.
Right on the water.
Yep,
pretty
Um,
nice. Oh, I've seen.
It's pretty
I have
sweet.
seen
It looks
it
sweet,
is.
but
all glass and stuff.
yeah, it's all glass.
Yeah.
But still, it's a freaking monstrosity.
Yeah. I can't
And-
imagine.
No, I know. It's all those Oshkosh taxes.
Spent a lot of Fremunda cheese. Then they
No shit.
Then they you
The
guys read in
tax bill-
paper what they're gonna do.
No.
They're like, yeah, we need another $190 million for our next school consolidation project where they're
gosh.
gonna build.
Well, South
something
Park.
new. Yeah, South Park.
They're
Yeah.
ripping that down. Gonna put a new school there. They're buying up all the. Did you see?
I'm
So
sure
they're
these
buying
kids
up
will
all
get
the
smarter.
houses around South Park Middle. They're paying like fucking $250 for a shitty ass house.
Really?
Yeah,
Sounds
Like
like, a
they're-
good business opportunity.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. How many more do they need to get?
Yeah.
know.
We
Well,
should
it's
quick
the-
buy them and then hold on to them. And
I know.
get a
Well, it's
nice
the same
payday.
thing that they did with Merrill, like when they ripped down all those houses on
Yeah.
Jackson, and then that one guy never sold or
Yeah.
lady, and
They
then
had
they
to
just
build
built
it
the
up.
school
Yeah.
around him.
He was playing defense. Like in
What a
chess.
fucking idiot! His house is not going to be worth anything.
No.
Who would want that?
No.
Well, now they don't need it.
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I
they'll-
know
they'll
that.
Yeah,
they
so
built the
who's-
I
school.
know, but
Who's
it's
buying
like it's
Yeah,
not like they
that's
can even
a
just
given.
go, oh yeah, well now I'll sell it to you. But they had that back when I was in school in high school. That was 56 years ago. But yeah, Appleton West, it was like on the backside of like the football field and
Yeah.
stuff. They were going to buy in, like 2 were just holdouts, and then
You went to
They didn't get
Appleton
as much.
West?
yeah,
Kind of a sketchy area.
rough and rowdy over here.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
I
like,
was raised in these streets. When I was growing up,
where'd you
there,
grow up? Where's
there was
your
there was a shooting 2 blocks down that way,
No
and then there was
kidding?
another shooting about 3 blocks down that way. Those were the only 2 shootings in Appleton in like 5 years.
Dude, he grew up in the hood.
No, it's not that. It's
No, like,
not far
you know,
from it.
What's a crossroad? You don't need to give your exact, unless they still live there.
No,
But
so like College and Mason.
that's where you grew up?
Oh my
Dude, that's a
gosh.
sketchy ass.
Yeah, that is-
I wouldn't say that's a good area.
It's not that bad.
We're not real
it gets
estate
worse.
agents,
Yeah.
but I would
You
not direct you to buy a house there.
Some people, you know why they got sidewalks?
Why?
Because the streets ain't fucking for everyone.
Shout out to the sidewalks for keeping me safe.
Yeah, you are
me
a
off those
sidewalk guy, aren't
streets.
you? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have oat milk here?
Hey, don't knock unless you tried it.
That's funny.
Yeah, but yeah. So
I didn't know you grew up there. Mm-hmm. I thought
would
you
ex-
grew up in like North Appleton.
That's
the
why
way
I'm
you
so
are.
fucking hard. You know,
I don't know about
tough.
that.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, but no, I went through like the Xavier system through 8th grade. That's why I'm kind of a
Private
mess.
school.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
why he's so
Okay.
bougie
That's
with
That's why
that.
I'm listen,
All right.
first and foremost, I'm better than you, and I'm tougher than you,
You went to
So-
private school. Okay.
and I'm harder than you.
We're all public school
Yeah.
kids.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get that. Not you.
Yeah.
You seem like you'd be more private
Joe?
school too,
I do. I was
Joe was in
homeschooled.
special ed,
Yeah, I was
so-
in special ed.
Yeah.
dude. Oh my gosh. So
Helps.
first year of freshman, first day of freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
I go walk into like this English lit whatever
Yeah.
class they called it, and there was this teacher, and then there was like a teacher's aide, but not like a new, like a new teacher kind
Okay,
of.
where are you going with this?
Like longer.
Yeah,
It's starting off a little
And
suspicious.
they had like
Little
they had like
sus.
fruit snacks and like
Oh,
juice
yeah.
boxes shit in there, and I'm like,
What grade?
Oh my God, am I in special ed?
Oh,
I was like, I know I didn't. I had that one bad test last year, but I didn't think. I honestly had this panic attack, and I'm like, oh wait, no, that's
you're in
not-
6th grade?
I was a freshman in high school.
Oh,
Dude, I
missed it. I
I
missed
was
that part.
stupid, by the way. I should show you it's not going on here.
Yeah.
My 6th grade first day of school picture. Dude, I would have kicked my own ass. Holy cow.
I think you
was
should send
rough.
it to me. Get me a photo. I'll
Yeah.
splice it in.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just so
that'd be
everyone
good.
can see.
He's got that dog in him.
He does. Mean streets of Appleton. Mm-hmm. Now you're in a better neighborhood. at
Not
least.
everyone could hang.
No. I know Josh. Josh grew up way out in the country.
Both you and Josh did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding dirt
Well,
bikes.
No, that was fun.
Listening to Waylon Jennings. Just having a good old time.
We were listening to Lil Wayne.
Wayne.
Lil Jennings.
Wayne.
Yeah.
Maybe
I wonder
some
if
50
AI
Cent.
can make Lil Waylon, and it's a hybrid of Lil Wayne and Waylon Jennings.
Yeah. You probably could.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
AI.
Josh would love it.
Big Wayne.
It wouldn't offend anyone. Be great.
Joe, where did you grow up?
I grew up on the west side of Oshkosh.
His parents
So-
still live there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
West of
Nice.
the highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
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 Of course. Nice
Yeah.
neighborhood. Look
nice
at him.
neighborhood.
I know.
Fucker's never seen the streets once.
No, he hasn't. He doesn't even have freaking street
Little
lights.
sidewalk boy.
Yeah.
No sidewalks there.
No sidewalks. Yeah.
That's how you know you're in a safe area.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no sidewalks. Right?
No street lights. No sidewalks.
Lot of ding dong ditching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, doors don't lock over in those parts.
So
No.
did you guys, when you were younger, did you ever go pool hopping? We were talking about this the
Oh,
other
yeah.
day.
Like jump in someone else's pool?
Yeah, at night.
No.
You never did that?
Dude, I was as straight laced as it.
Oh, it was the most exhilarating
loser.
thing in my life. Like it was me and probably a handful of friends. We had actually quite a few people, but we went during a storm once in Joe's parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it was like a downpour, thundering, lightning. Probably not smart to go swimming in other people's pools, but it didn't matter. So we were running through the neighborhoods. We were hopping in and out, like watching people in their house while we're in their pool, which is freaking wild.
Creepy.
Yeah.
And then there was this garden that was all tilled up, and it was raining. So then we fucking started sliding through the mud. And then we hopped in someone's pool.
Oh my gosh.
All full of mud. And I can't even imagine what that looked like in the morning. But it was a heated pool, so we're like, fucking, like, let's go in
feels
there.
good.
Yeah, exactly. They had no care in the world. They're
Some
probably,
dude just
I know.
lost
They
his
wake up in the morning and it's just,
Yeah.
it's like mud. Because we were covered. Like, we were literally sliding, like wrestling in the mud.
Somebody
and then
probably like let their dog out overnight and thought their dog did, and you got the dog
and
shot.
yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
It is what it is at this point. Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was 10 years ago. Probably longer than that. Holy shit. I've been out of high school.
Yeah.
Over 10 years now.
Oh, that's
Did you guys go to your 10 year?
buddy. It's 15 years now. I've been out of high
Derek
school
is
15
34 years old.
Are you?
I graduated in 2009.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you got 5 years on me.
yeah. I'm an old bag of shit.
Dang.
You're not at 10 years.
No, Joe's not.
No.
I got 2 more years.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 more.
What about you, Josh?
2 more years.
Yeah.
2 more. Are you going to your 10 year?
No.
I didn't even know there was one.
I'm going.
Dude, I graduated
if we
with
have one. I don't even know if we
95
will.
people.
Ah, yeah. These are best days of my life, man.
I know. Little town of
That's yeah.
Omro.
Yeah.
You graduated from Omro.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I mean, maybe I'll go.
Look at where you're at now.
Yeah.
You're at the bottom, now you're here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sling some
I'm
deals
here on
there.
this podcast. Let's go.
Sell people some houses.
We're at the pinnacle right now.
I know. Could be. This could be the top of our game.
No.
I
We're just getting started.
I know. With Derek, I never know.
Derek is at the top of the game.
He's always just all over
I
the
was
place.
born to manage 10 by 12 stores.
What else are you guys up to this week? Anything? It's Thursday, but what's on the schedule for tomorrow?
Josh is going to be buying one of the properties I got under contract, I think.
Okay.
So,
Taking Fond du Lac tomorrow.
Bed
Yeah.
bugs? Are you guys going down there?
no,
We did.
we already went
Oh,
there.
you did?
Yeah, checked it out. Yeah.
Did you check
Or-
your?
We
Yeah,
have a question, though, about the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Because
Do you
I
have a photo of it?
I just noticed it.
Yeah, I got a photo.
Do you have your phone? Can I see it?
I'll have to
Okay.
show you another one
Okay.
because it's not a good one. But
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I left my shoes. I put a little video on my story yesterday because I got home and I'm like, took a video of my shoes from the bed bug area and I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck it, these things are sitting outside for a few days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely would. I wouldn't
Yeah.
risk it.
I
And
think
I
I'm
don't
still
know.
wearing the same ones.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
You
I wouldn't be surprised.
still are wearing the same underwear from 4 days ago. So.
Yeah. I do.
But it's
Yeah.
with the we're actually buying a rooming house tomorrow.
Really?
Right here in
Rooming
town.
house?
Rooming house.
The question, do you guys have extra paperwork or stuff that you have to do with the rooming house? Like
Well,
with the city or the
So
county?
the city called me. So
Yeah.
the inspector from the city called me. And he asked me what our plan was, and we're actually just buying it and reselling it right away. Like we're not keeping it. But the next person wants to have it as a single family, but you have to have rooming house permits, and if you don't, like we aren't renewing the current permit, so then you would have to bring it up to today's standards. So I'm going to just let the tenants know that, hey, like you have to be out by whatever end of November, and they'll have to find a next place. They're paying, and I don't know if I've told either of you. Joe probably knows what they're paying, but what do you think their weekly cost is? Because it's rented by the week.
How much space? One
Well,
bedroom?
it's a 1 bedroom, yeah.
Yeah.
With a fridge and hot plate in there, and
And it's like a shared bathroom.
yep,
high,
shared kitchen.
high or low? The number.
Oh, it's low. It's low.
Yeah. Very low.
How much
per
how
week?
much a week?
Per week.
Yep,
$55.
25 a week.
47,
So,
Damn.
yeah.
and she pays all the
$5.
utilities.
Really?
Yep,
How does she make money?
she does it. Oh,
Yeah.
she's owned it for forever.
It's more like
so
a
that's where
share.
it's.
Just to help people
But
out type thing?
it's right on
Yeah.
Jackson Street. It's a sweet place. It's like
Is it
you would.
around the new school?
No, it's
No,
like
I'm
600
just
blocks.
messing with you.
But really, I don't know, fairly decent place. It's huge, like 3,800 square feet,
Yeah.
3
Damn.
stories,
How
all
many-
finished,
And how many units? Is
8
it
bedrooms
8
in there.
bedrooms? Okay.
What's the numbers on something like that, if you can share?
So we're buying it for like 198. We're gonna resell it for like 216, and then it's probably worth 310 fixed up, maybe a little bit more if it's
Wholesale
really nice.
contract?
We're closing on it and then reselling it,
Oh, nice.
which
Yeah.
is that's fine.
Yeah.
Like we'll give them the tenants a notice, and then they can, or the next owner can figure it out. As far as them moving out, like we're not, because they're buying it within a couple of weeks of us buying it. So that's kind of the way to go. But other than that, then so we talked about this. We probably talked about this in the last podcast, or at least at the end. I need your opinion on it as well. Joe knows what I'm talking about. So we are buying a place. When this is dropped, it's going to be past the closing date, so that's fine. But we're buying a place from a lady, and I met with her initially for like 2 hours, and then went back and forth on numbers and everything like that. But the plan is, at least what she told me, is she's selling us her house, and then her boyfriend from Canada is taking his private jet, and she's 82. So let me preface this. She's 82. She has a few cats. But her boyfriend from Canada is coming to pick her up in the private jet after she signs on
The day
Monday
Yeah.
for closing.
later that day.
So, like in that scenario, what are your guys' thoughts?
Do you buy it? Do you not?
Well, I think we're
Like-
still going to buy it, but I'm just like, what would you, if you had an outside perspective looking in, what would your initial thoughts be?
I guess what about it?
Yeah. in
Like,
terms
do you
Is
think
it-
it's a scam? Do you think it's
Yeah, I mean, an 80-year-old woman is trying to sell a house.
not that the fact that there's a
How
has
old is
she
her
ever met this
boyfriend?
guy?
or
She's never met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should say that. She's communicated via like
oh,
WhatsApp
she's
with
either
him.
going to
So
be
here's what she'll
sitting
do.
here going, oh, well, he's coming someday, or she's going to die.
Me personally, I would probably call the cops and get them involved, or call someone just to like, because I'm assuming what you guys might assume is she's getting scammed out of the proceeds of the property sale.
Well,
right?
but so what she's told me the whole time is she's like, I want the proceeds made out to me. I want it transferred to me. I will cut a check to whomever I want to because I've been scammed in the past. I do not want to be scammed again.
Okay.
But I'm like,
So
but do you think that's a legitimate thing?
Is it through title?
Yeah, it's clear
Yeah.
title.
It's in her
Yeah,
name.
so
it's all clean.
in
It's
theory, yeah, it's clean. It's just for this 80-year-old lady.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
just feel bad.
Whether
Like,
she
I would
gets
have like
picked
a
feel
up
is
or not.
going to probably get scammed. I would see.
and then she's homeless.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably back out of it.
yeah,
But
I know.
without
Well,
full
it's-
context, it's
And I
hard
guess
to say.
I'll
But we're also making assumptions. This is a like
yeah,
this
that's
is
true.
what
It's
yeah.
all based on assumptions. I guess we'll know
Assuming-
more on Monday. We'll update you guys. So if you're
Yeah.
watching, stay tuned. Hit the like and subscribe button, of course. Then we'll update you in a future podcast next week once we see how this all turns out. But
Yeah.
I don't know what else. What else are we buying this week? Selling this week?
You guys got any deals in the making? Anything big, small? Looking
Nothing
for more
close.
flips. I know Josh is getting a flip here soon.
Why don't you buy something in Stevens Point? We had smoking deal unless Joe sold it. Did you sell it?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Sell
that.
that to me too if you
But-
want. Just kidding.
Do you want a duplex in Sheboygan?
Ooh, that's a home run deal.
Either we're gonna wholesale it, or I think we're just gonna get the tenants out, or they're gonna be moved out by closing date, and then
Just relist it.
just relist it.
Yeah.
The numbers on there make sense. So, at
This
least-
deal.
yeah.
Hey, have you guys sent? And we need to send the direct mail campaign today, if you
Yep.
remember.
Yeah.
But have you tried sending the like instant offer letters at all?
No, the check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they hit?
It is
They
hitting.
slap.
Yeah.
It's like shh, shh.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's where I
It's
got
like D-money.
4
Yeah,
deals
I know.
this month.
They're
or this
they're
past
like
month.
hitting like crazy
4
well.
deals.
Yeah. And there's no chance that anyone's listening to the end of this. Like
Yeah.
we're
Listen,
50 some minutes in, so
three deals.
Yeah.
Before
this is like
that.
we're sharing knowledge.
We're dropping
Dropping bombs.
Yeah.
Bradley.
But no, that's like legit. Those are sick. And then like open letter marketing, they let you do like a custom campaign now that allows you to include those.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna hit them like 2 postcards and then the instant offer, at least on our site, because I think the instant offer either shows them that like, hey, this is interest. Here's where we would probably be at versus, and then they can either qualify or disqualify themselves, which is kind of cool.
So when you say instant offer,
Yep.
do you guys come up with the price, or is it like
No,
a
so it's-
ratio of assessed?
Yep.
Provide
It's
them with
a
assessed value.
ratio of the Zestimate.
It's six,
Okay.
So if the Zestimate's off, then you're kind of
Yeah.
fucked. But
Yeah.
I think we put it out at like 60 some,
67.
yeah, 67, 60. And depending upon the area, like in one of the areas, I'm going to just leave it vague, but we were at like 62%. So we came in a lot lower, and that's where that
Yeah.
one deal came from. So
Yeah.
like
And
that was, and then Joe even came in lower. He goes like, hey, slap it up on the table. We're 20 grand lower.
yeah.
Joe's just like,
Take it or take it.
No, but no, I think it's like, I would definitely recommend doing it if you can. It
Yeah.
does work
and,
really well.
And the nice thing is when you do get a call from a motivated seller and they talk about, hey, I saw like your offer, just curious, want to know more about it. I'm looking to sell. It's already starts the basically negotiation at a reasonable price that we're going to be around. Now, obviously, if the house is in really rough shape, then we're going to be coming down. But sometimes we're right around that, like actual price that we had on there. So that's where it actually gets the seller to know, okay, here's kind of where my starting point is. And then I know when I'm talking with them, basically bringing up the conversation of price, is that like I use that as a base point. Like, so are you kind of looking to get something around there? Or do you have any flexibility with maybe coming down a little bit lower depending on the condition and everything like that? And some of them are like, yeah, that seems a little high. I was thinking even lower than that. It's like, perfect. Schedule that walkthrough and go close up that deal.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what. So I was looking because we bought a duplex in Oshkosh, and it's currently relisted, ready to sell. But the instant offer, she was actually on the list, and I couldn't delete her off.
Oh yeah.
But we ended up paying probably $5,000 more than the instant offer, and we're like I don't even know what we bought it for, 113. I think we're under contract at like 170 something.
That's pretty.
And I'm like, damn, like that's a huge spread. And then we didn't do it. Well, we did some electrical and plumbing, but other than that, well, I guess electrical, plumbing, some painting, some floor. So we did a little bit.
So
pretty
basically
minimal stuff.
Pretty, but
minimum
like less
requirement.
than 10
Surface.
grand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, with that's insane. Like just something, and it's the instant offers are, you're just hitting that ideal owner that doesn't want to reach out because they're nervous or they're uncertain as to where your numbers are going to be, if they're even legit. So
Would you say, because I mean, I guess at that, they at least have an idea.
yeah.
So, oh no, this isn't going to work. I want more
Correct.
than that.
And then some people
Trash.
call you and let you know.
They call and let me know, and they'll.
What the hell are you smoking?
Well, honestly, like I haven't really gotten a whole lot of bad, like I guess, responses from it, which is surprising because usually with all the deal machines and like postcards that we've been sending, people get upset. But with this, at least they will call and be like, "Hey, I saw like your price that's a little like too low, but I'm still interested in selling. Would you want to come out and take a look?" So at least, okay, I know it's lower. There's a good reason for maybe why they want more. And usually those houses are actually in better condition and we can still make a deal on it because we already started at a good base point and they kind of have a good idea, okay, this is where we're at. If it's in better condition, we'll pay more. But if it's in worse, we'll pay less. So
have you noticed, because like when I was looking at some stuff of just kind of doing some numbers from other people that we know.
Yep.
Or some of ours, I mean, even like my place, it seems like there's less deals, but the margins on a lot of them seem to be a little bit bigger. I don't know if that's just a smaller sample size because it's the ones that kind of grab the attention a little bit, but
So I don't know, because our focus is changing a tiny bit because we're trying to get away from that, like the heavy flips, because it's just like the return month over month is not there where it needs to be at realistically to have a fully operating business. So the quicker we can sell the places, even if you're making 10 or 15 grand in 30 days, which is still a decent amount, like you're better off doing that than holding the flip and making 30 grand over 5 months or 4 months or whatever the case is, because your return is just so much greater. And then the cash, you're able to cycle it through so much quicker.
Yeah.
And then you don't have the stress.
Well, and, stress and also risk, especially now we're kind of pulling up on the election time. Like, you don't want to be sitting on these flips. Oh, and we're in Wisconsin too. So in wintertime, you sit on a flip for 2 or 3 months longer when it gets cold.
And we have like several. Well, we have one right now that's not in Oshkosh. That's not selling. I'll probably drop the price on it, but still, I'm like, what the hell? And it's just, you're better off just getting it sold than worrying about things. And I don't know. There's several like that. So it's just a learning lesson. There's always learning lessons.
Yeah, because it's like, I mean, mine, how much is going in, but I'm probably going to be sitting on 100 at the back end. Like it's there.
Are you going to refinance?
Yeah, once I can get it on a new appraisal.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll pull it, which it might time out right if rates make a downward trend and stuff. But if you want a case of what not to do, which you already know this, but I'm on.
Yeah, you're on the nice camera.
What not to do is try to cheap out and do shit yourself. because like that one on Harding last
Yeah.
year, by trying to save money, it cost us probably $5,000 each at least.
Really?
It
because
was
we missed
substantial.
it pushed us back a couple, like 3 weeks. So then
Oh.
we were listing in the middle of November instead of being still
Yep.
in October, which
Yeah.
we knew obviously fall can get.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and just the time and the absolute nightmare of just spending all your time there.
Correct.
Like it's so stupid. And it's like once you realize that, it's like, what the
Just pay
fuck was
someone
I
to get
doing?
it done.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
I know.
I'm finding out right now.
Oh,
with
it's
just
so
like
much.
te-
The
little
miscellaneous-
little things, yeah. Just
Well,
hanging doors, cutting them so
I
they
know.
fit better, and painting certain things. It's like I'm at that point where I just want to find someone, ask Josh or someone, just to literally go there and finish up the rest of the
Yeah.
work because I don't want
Just
to
create. You should just create a punch list and then tell Josh he'll pay him
yeah.
whatever and go and do it. Like that's probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Because he'll definitely do it for
Yeah,
you.
and for a decent price
Yeah,
too.
it's not like it would be crazy expensive. Better than you spending your time
Yeah.
over there, especially if you don't like it.
Yeah, it's like
It's a headache.
I had with my place is, oh, well, I can swap the basement windows. I'm like,
Oh,
I don't
no
wanna
way.
fucking do this.
Dude, not Windows.
Dude,
Yeah.
Windows are,
I threw in like some of them
yeah.
with it, but yeah, it's like if you can just get the flange on
Yeah.
them, okay, whatever, because which is what they were, but it's like the basement windows. I'm just looking
Yeah.
at it like, I don't have time for this shit. Like, how much is it going to cost me?
It's-
It's going to be X amount per. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Well-
because otherwise, yeah, it sucks so much time.
Well, and if you're a business owner, like we're all in our own
Yeah.
businesses and we're doing our own stuff, like your time is worth something.
Oh,
and if you're not allocating your time properly and you're not like actually thinking about, okay, I'm going to save $50, $60, $80 an
Yeah.
hour doing this project. But if you figure out that while you're on the phone, you're making $500 an hour,
Yeah.
you're making, I could be meeting with clients, I could be
Yeah.
meeting with customers. Like, dude, we get so focused on what's right in front of us and not looking big picture. Like, am I doing the stuff right now
Yeah.
that's going to get me where I want to be in 3 months or 6 months or,
Well, and
you know,
then,
like,
so, but to that point, like sometimes you just have to go there and get it done. Why is this? That's weird. But sometimes you just have to go there and get the job done in order to meet time frames or timelines or whatever. If it's like a rush thing, or you can't find someone to go up there in a
Yep.
timely manner. So
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
it's like a double-edged sword, no matter what. I thought that camera
Yeah.
was.
But at the same time, like what you just said, Josh, is I think that we get caught up a little bit in staying busy and like with the busy work that really, like you said, might not actually really do much
Yeah.
for you in the long
Correct.
run. It's just to kind of keep yourself moving and make you feel like you're actually getting stuff done, when in reality you should just be, delegating a lot of these tasks, things that just eat up time when you could be using that time to be able to focus on the bigger picture stuff and moving those goals, forward instead of just stagnant and just kind of looking past it and working on something that really isn't making you money other than taking time away from you.
Yeah, and I think there's a big difference between like what you said. Sometimes you have
Yeah.
to just go and do it versus I'm going to plan to do this. But yeah, what would you say like for each of you? What's the most valuable thing you can be doing with your time? Like
Probably
in
meeting with-
relation to the business.
Meeting with homeowners.
Yeah.
Like it's
yeah.
return on
Sales.
investment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sales.
sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sales.
It's always the most valuable. Or like something with the marketing side.
Yeah.
How
Like
much-
those two.
How much do you spend a month probably on marketing now?
We spend it's $255 a day on Google. What is that?
$7,000.
7. Probably about 100 on Facebook. So 3. So 10. Probably like 15 to right around 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy expensive, but
So
decent amount.
Yeah,
So you
that's
want to get
quite-
into
yeah.
flipping and
yeah.
got 15 grand. But that's
Yeah.
the thing though, is it's a process to go up, and it's like the scale that you do it at.
Correct.
Obviously, the more you have, the more you can spend on it, the more that's going to turn around. But it's like you have to keep that going.
Yeah. But the way I look at it is, okay, that's one deal. Realistically, if we do one wholesale deal, a decent one, then it pays the marketing budget. Anything above and beyond that is
Right.
net. I know we can do 12 wholesale deals in a year. So I'm like, well, fuck, we're going to do probably 50 some or 60
Yeah.
on the year. So it's like, that's not super difficult. And then we have a ton of momentum coming into the next 3 months. So
Right.
yeah, you guys been crushing it.
it seems to be, I think
Yeah.
we've just gotten a lot smarter.
Yeah.
Like, it's like just more educated in better decision making. And it's worked out a lot better, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like it seems
I agree.
like compared to last year. Last year was just it was tough with everything.
So what, with it, obviously like the profits and stuff
Yeah.
that you get out, not important what the dollar amount is, but
It's
very
$1
important, very important
million.
on business. But
Yeah.
No, I know.
in terms of it, so what do you see like long term then? Because I know we were talking about not anything that you have to manage, but what's kind of like your ideal for how you allocate that money?
Hard
Obviously,
money
you're gonna-
fund.
Yeah.
That's probably, I would say, like I enjoy going out and meeting with homeowners or property owners or whatever. It doesn't necessarily need to be a home that we're negotiating on, but I think still operating this business because it does generate a decent amount of cash, but still if you're operating like as a partnership in operations, I was figuring out the numbers. You have to have like if there's two people who own a wholesaling operation or flipping operation, they bring in 1.2 million, so 100K a month in profits, like gross profit. It's not like the margin isn't as large as what some people think. Now, some operations are a little bit more lean than others, but that's probably a less than $200,000 a year profit, like a payday. So you might be generating 1.2 million in flip and wholesale fees, but if a majority of them are Joe's or whatever the case is, then he might make more as a 1099 than we would as an owner, just because it's the structure than how it's set up. So that's always something to consider that I never really realized. So we just have to operate a lot more intentional, and that's where like hiring the bookkeeper, doing everything like that is night and day. That's huge.
Yeah. So when you say like, as far as that
Yep.
goes, delegation,
Yep.
hiring out more people, systems, I assume you guys are doing more of that.
Yeah. Getting systems kind of put in place. And I think the biggest thing right now that from like past conversations and stuff is just figuring out how can we, I guess, do less of the busy work and more of like the I guess taking action to actually get our business to where it actually needs to be and to get to the scale where you're not having to be there every single day putting in all the long hours. You can have other people doing that work for you, still getting the deal flows and everything like that. But yeah, I think the biggest thing too is just knowing where the money's going and how to allocate the money in the right places.
Correct.
So that's kind of, I think, at least that's where I want to kind of focus on moving into next year is just, figure out, okay, how can we save money in certain areas where maybe we're just spending money just to spend it. It really isn't doing us any good. And we learned a little bit with some of the marketing that we were doing too, which helped out a lot. But even other places that we could find out, where the money's going that's not really benefiting anybody. And then putting that money towards whatever it may be, whether it's getting more commercial properties or just starting to create like a fund where we can start doing hard money lending now. So, that's kind of...
Well, and I think like trying to maximize, and we talked about this with Ben.
Yeah.
It's like maximizing the revenue on every single opportunity that we get. So it's like instead of passing off this lead or whatever, and we still have in some cases we can do that, but we might just need to look into, like I think especially if we start doing more deals like in other areas.
Right.
Like I don't know if you've heard of Investor Lift, but like to basically disposition wholesale deals. It's a huge, it's like the biggest database of cash buyers or investors.
Why am I just hearing this?
It's a really nice platform.
It's
actually.
insane.
It's
Yeah,
super
it's
nice.
It's sick. So that's where it's expensive though. It's probably at least $500 a month,
Oh, shit.
but I guess that's relative. That's not that
Yeah,
expensive.
you
But what
spending
is it?
15 bones on
Yeah, I
that.
know.
But what does
that's
it do for you? Like, what's
Well, it allows you to disposition, so you can put it up on Investor Lift, and then they have the database of buyers, cash buyers.
okay?
So then you can basically notify those cash buyers, and I think it has all their contact information, their emails, their phone numbers, or whatever. So you could reach out to them, for example, with the Sheboygan property, Stevens Point property,
Right.
and try and get those sold without having. And it'll also show you who's the top cash buyer in the market.
So
So it's like Oshkosh. If you guys have Oshkosh deals, hit me in the DMs, or Carter@CarterPPC.com is my email. Just shoot me an email. We'll buy anything in Oshkosh if it's a good deal.
Apple tank.
Yeah, that's funny because I was literally thinking about
Yep.
that because I was talking. I
Yep.
remember a couple of months ago, like thinking of okay, we should try and create like a system, almost like a
Yeah.
prop stream or something like that, but like for investors.
Yeah.
Now,
So that's essentially what it is. Yeah.
Sounds
And it's
like
huge. It's
beat me
well,
to
it's
the
like
punch.
no, the valuation is probably a couple $100 million.
Oh, I bet,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
gigantic. It's a
not,
huge company.
It's not cheap to create
No.
something like that.
But it's a worthy platform, especially if we start dealing more out of the area, because then it's like, well, we can count on that and utilize that, and then systems, processes, everything like that to get them sold in a timely manner versus sitting on them or having to close on them ourselves or
Right.
Well, you
Whatever.
guys have a system works.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
like,
Yeah, I know.
you had mentioned like Wausau, Stevens Point, like
Yeah.
in the past 6 months, like you have all your buyers there then.
yeah. I know that would be sweet.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're basically just going directly to cash buyers
Yeah.
that we've been working with pretty much in the past couple of years, and it's just they're our go-to. We just keep feeding deals and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and it's like
Which is there's nothing wrong, and they're paying the prices that we want. So,
yeah, and it's
like I
quick.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But it's,
that's
I might
where-
even have a buyer for that Stevens Point place now that I'm thinking.
Well, let me
If,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he doesn't buy it. So
Well,
otherwise, it's fine.
I'll just tell him that we have another buyer.
No,
and
it's fine. It doesn't matter.
outbid him.
Yeah.
Get a little bidding war.
But what else? Anything else we want to discuss? Got some
drink
road
whiskey?
noise in the background. What was that?
Do you drink whiskey?
I don't really drink too often anymore.
He's got his diabetes.
Oh, that's right.
I got the beat.
Pesky
Well, that
son
doesn't.
of a
I can still drink, but I gotta drink on occasion. I drank at my friend's wedding.
Liquors.
No,
No.
that's what I try not to drink too much. Bad genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I got the opposite.
talking about
Yeah.
the stack
Yeah.
right there.
Drink like
But-
a fish.
Yeah, you do.
No, I'm trying to cut back a little bit, but I enjoy whiskey, tequila, the whole
Alcohol.
shebang. Yeah.
He enjoys
Yeah.
alcohol.
Kind of
But
refined it
Yeah.
to like having stuff neater on the rocks.
Yeah.
Cut out the
Mhm.
sugary bullshit.
yeah,
Mhm. I like
additives
doing
I
and
hear you.
stuff in it.
Yeah.
But
Still might get a little bit of a stink face, but
it's okay.
just depends on the
Yeah.
there was
on the brand.
There's a time one of our partners on one of our deals and good friend, he's a big bourbon guy. He had us over at his place for the 4th of July. We're cooking up brats and drinking whiskey. He was drinking it neat. And it was like, okay, whatever. I still prefer it on the rocks.
Yeah.
I can't.
You're not that
It's tough.
sophisticated.
It's tough to enjoy.
It is.
when you're having having 5 different bourbons neat. It's just
You like
it's
hammered?
going
I was
9
gonna
rounds.
say-
You hammered at
It's
that
going
point?
9 rounds with Tyson. No, it's just a little dash.
know.
Yeah, okay.
You never know.
Dude, it was
Maybe.
bad.
But,
Yeah.
but it was
Josh was
cloudy.
on his
It was
ass.
cloudy out at first, and it was like
But
okay,
it was
whatever.
clear. It was a clear
But
day
then the
then.
sun came out and it cooked up to like 92, and Josh is here. I mean, I wasn't enjoying it either, but it was funny. He's like, "Oh God, like I need some fucking ice for this." And so I go to
There's
him.
no way I would drink that.
I'm like, "Hey, can we get some rocks in here?" He comes out with the actual rocks.
Yeah.
We're looking for some dilution.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I said that to him, and then of course
Yeah.
he brought it out. But dude, it was just like. And like some of the brats were like spicy and stuff, and I'm just there trying to
Have some
wash
pork
it
rinds.
down,
Yeah.
wash,
You want some spicy pork rinds?
wash it down with
Have a little bourbon
neat
to wash
bourbon,
down.
like
It's so
jeez.
Dude,
It's
there's no chance.
It was like Anchorman. What was it? Milk was a bad choice, except
Yeah,
it's
we might need a wrap. I think the camera's getting warm. That's a wrap.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's a wrap.
Appreciate you guys watching as always. Peace. See you in the next one.
Deuces.